Hey, hello, my friends. I haven't done a video for you guys in a week or two. One thing about it is I got sick, and this has kind of been going around. There have been two good things that happened because of it. It makes me think that maybe, I'm not going to say I was misdiagnosed, but I think that I have something else that helped it get kind of bad. So, when I was little, I was born with what they call a hiatal hernia in my belly button. And I guess I kind of repaired it when I was little. But as I got older and gained a lot of weight, it came back. So, this happened. Saturday, I think it was, I went out to dinner with my friends, my girlfriend. And I was feeling kind of bad. And I was telling her, wow, I don't know how good I'm going to be tomorrow. Got to work. 2 hours in, boom, I could barely move. Two people that worked there kind of covered for me, so I didn't really work. So, the next day, Sunday, I was frozen. I couldn't move out of my chair in the house. I was done. Didn't eat Sunday, didn't eat Monday, didn't eat Tuesday. Ate one time yesterday. But over the course of time, because I lost my voice too, my voice came back. So I do know some of it's COPD, but in the long run, I lost 10 pounds. After losing that 10 pounds, I haven't coughed as much. I'm not meaning that right now, I'm not coughing. I haven't taken any inhaler. I've just taken my other medication. Still kind of acting like I got a cold. But I'm still going to do the inhaler when I get to work, but I haven't only used the inhaler like once in 3 days. Now that I've lost 10 pounds. So it kind of makes me think that the hiatal hernia has been playing in with whatever's going on. The 10-pound loss is great. I don't want to really go back. So now I'm going to watch what I eat. I may eat a little garbage here and there, but we're going to make sure it weighs itself out. Okay, with that, that's the end of me. Now, here we go. Brass tacks. Now, just because the red heifers, hasn't been mentioned in the mainstream media doesn't mean it hasn't happened. There were two places yesterday that mentioned it. One was CBN, which was a Christian TV station, and now it's Pat Robertson, and his son does it now. But they talked about it and said that it was done in secret. That could be true. You cannot always buy anything as true until you see it or whatever. So, it could have happened. Now, they may come out in 2 or 3 days and say they did it. Or it's done that day. But there were two sources that said they did it in secret because that way the war doesn't escalate or whatever it is and la, 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 la. That could have happened. So, we don't know. There's a lot of things that are going on right now that you got to take with a grain of salt. Now, don't take this wrong. I'm not putting this guy down because I only have 2 to 3 go-to channels that I go to. Now, it doesn't mean a person was wrong. It just means they kind of jumped the gun. So, about 4 or 5 days ago, one of my places I go comes on. And the one thing I will tell the guy, great channel, brother. What you do is good. But, as somebody else mentioned to you, if it isn't really a red alert, it shouldn't be a red alert. And if it isn't really an emergency, it shouldn't be an emergency. I'm trying to say this as best I can because I'm not trying to put you down. I'm just saying that people see it then as a boy crying wolf, and then whatever it is didn't happen, and you see what I'm saying. So, with that, if your videos aren't really red alerts, they shouldn't be set as red alert. Okay. What happened was there were these nuclear codes going off on SkyMaster that wasn't activated for the last 10, 15 years or more. And they're going Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Dash, whatever. And to the guy on the other end, that means something. To us, we don't know what it is. It's alphanumeric code. turned out that was a humongous 90,000 troop drill. Now, given, as Canadian preppers said, because I have served in the military, given a lot of times when you're in the military, if your need to know isn't high enough, it could be just a drill to you. And you're not told. It just depends, see? So, but it came out that it was obviously this big gigantic drill. 90,000 troops. Okay? Now the submarine that was spotted off the coast of Florida, that wasn't part of that. So that happened. But all the rest of it, the sky map, the alphanumeric codes, it all happened, and exactly that would happen if that event were to go down, but more than likely, this was a humongous exercise. Stop with that. Pedro Escobar, okay, they talked about, he admitted that probably more than likely Israel had a small nuke on an F-35 that they were going to drop in the air. It was going to take out all the ordnance of Iran. Not the Middle East, just Iran. Then, for whatever reason, they didn't do it. So nobody knows if they backed off, were told to back off, whatever happened, but whatever happened, it didn't happen. But they were going to do it, okay? So, all of that did happen, but part of it was a major, major drill, okay? And they weren't going to tell you one way or another. Now, when that happens for real, they're not going to tell you anyway. It's exactly like Canadian Prepper said. They won't tell you when it happens. Oh, no, they won't. They're just going to let that drag on and on and on, you know, and you're just going to have to know. So being prepped and ready and all that stuff on your own is a very good thing to do. You know what I mean? So you should always be prepped. Food, water, supplies. In fact, I have a meal package in my car from the MPS. I don't want to say the name because it's advertising. Food, water, supplies, but I've had it for about 3 years. So I got to make sure what the shelf life is, because maybe I need to just start eating it and buy another one. Because shelf life isn't forever. You know what I mean? So, but everybody should have one of those in there. A little bitty stove. I think you might even have a way to light it. Water, food, a couple weeks, maybe a week. But if you're stuck, it's going to last. But don't ever count on the mainstream media ever telling you anything, because they're not going to tell you that. Been kind of quiet news-wise, but that 90,000 troop thing, that's still there, though. Doesn't mean they laid back. I'll give you a couple of little tips, too. Back in the 60s and 70s and 80s, Germany was pretty well defended by the United States. And they had a lot of things there. But when they signed that big-ass treaty, they got rid of it all and tore the bases down. Unfortunate, because if those were up today, none of what's going on today probably would be going on today. One of the things that they got to stop doing, and everybody's so afraid of escalating at World War III, but the problem is, you can't keep using drones, you can't keep doing sanctions. One day, you just got to go in there. That's how it is. But all this other stuff's never going to do nothing. It's not going to help anything. It's just going to be the same old, same old. Gas right now hasn't jumped that much, because I'm looking at a station across the street. The lowest is $5.50, and over here, that's relative. If you want to use a credit card and get the most expensive, it's $605. There's a lot of things on here too about these 2 to 3 different guys I watch. Like, I don't take everything they say as 100. And tonight, Mike from Around the World, and he's really the only guy I watch on his channel too, because he does a lot of that breaking and it ends up being nothing. And that's just for views and money. That's all it is. And I understand it if that's what you do, and that's all you do. I get that part. But don't say that, because people will think it's crying wolf when they'll quit watching your channel. Now tonight, about 8 o'clock Pacific time, Mike from Around the World will come on and start talking. That's about when I tune in, because there's no more of this important stuff. Breaking, and then it's gold and food and keto and pillows, and pretty soon I'm like, 5 minutes of your video is all you talked about anything. You got to stop all that breaking if it isn't. So anyway, that's the wrap up in a nutshell for me, and feel pretty good. Like, I haven't coughed at all doing this video. I've dropped 10 pounds. I need to drop 10 more. I might never lose my stomach. It's a diabetic stomach. I might just keep it. But the less you weigh, the better you are, I guess. So my friends, just keep yourself ready. Don't buy everything mainstream news says, because they're not going to tell you the truth. And when they were saying that it was, the DEFCON level was different, it may be. The website's never going to say the real, because they don't want to freak anybody out. So don't expect mainstream news to come out and tell you everything you need to know. So I got through this video without anybody ever popping through, so now I'm going to upload it. Haven't done one in a while. Wanted to give you a little update on me and how things are going. The heifer sacrifice may have happened, but they just didn't say it or film it, because then those foreign countries don't know, see? But they did it anyway. So you'll find out eventually. But just because the mainstream news didn't come on and talk about it doesn't mean it didn't happen. So my friends, I'm about ready to roll into work. Kind of sucks because tonight's a late shift, but it is my end of the week. And then I'll be seeing you later, and hang in there and make sure you're ready to go, and everything should work. Anyway, my friends, peace. I'll be seeing you. You guys hang in and have a good day and weekend as it comes. See ya.